So I'm just hitting him, bam, bam, bam. I don't know if blood's gonna fucking shoot everywhere. I've never done this before. So like I've said it, like, when you think of violence, like if you think of shooting, it's more like common. Like you see the movies, you play the video games, it's like, oh yeah, shooting. Nobody ever says, yo, cut his face open. You know, what the type of sick shit are you on?
And that's exactly my point. The only time this guy has seen any violence or witnessed any shootings was in his video games and movies, or maybe when he was getting beat up. But that's why bro is so out of touch with reality. He's like a fat, slim Jesus minus the honesty. So if you believe that 1090 Jake has done any dirt in these streets, then you are in fact retarded and should consider taking that long nap, if you know what I mean.
Checkmate.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of 1090 Jacob Bitch, and a big one at that. I mean, geez, by now he's definitely a member of the 300 Club, and honestly, he's more than likely approaching membership to that 400 gang, and I'm gonna go ahead and predict by the year 2026, Jake will be a proud member of the 500 Club. Gang. So let's all point and laugh at spontaneous Jake.
Bam, 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 bam.
Okay, so we have a lot to cover in this video. I want to walk you through a very interesting interview that I found of this guy. But first, let me cook a little, because right now I am specifically talking about Jake's attention to hygiene and how that can be problematic when you obtain memberships to certain clubs. Jake has always struck me as the type of guy who doesn't do a detailed job when wiping his ass. So now that he can barely reach his little T-Rex arms to his back, I'm sure that his aroma has a certain type of vibe, if you catch my drift. You would think that with all these millions of dollars that he has made from going on platforms such as No Jumper and telling his fictitious stories of him poking folks in the neck while serving time in jail for shooting his aunt's window out with a BB gun, that he would be able to afford himself the Ozempic diet or at least some decent food. But no, he continues to DoorDash himself into a diabetic death wish. What I think is that instead of focusing his energy on calling his cop friends, trying to figure out which gangster is out here in these streets snitching, maybe he should just focus on maintaining a caloric deficit. And for fuck's sakes, Jake tried taking a walk and touching some grass. Oh fuck, now that I think about it, Jake probably still suffers with PTSD from the last time he went outside. Now I actually feel bad, because the PTSD can also explain the heaps of blubber he's been accumulating over the past 3 years.
Come here, you little fat bitch. Get your little fat ass on the ground. Come here. Oh, you fat ass don't want to stay still. Put your head in the dirt. Oh shit, there's blood everywhere. Let me get up out of here, man.
Holy shit, boys, Jake's got the belly out and all. What in the actual fuck are we watching?
Come here, bitch. Ain't no running. Come here. You want another fade? Why you keep wiping your face? Clean your blood up. Come here. Clean your fucking blood up.
Oh god, I could puke. Just look at Jake's stance when he throws his hands up. It's clear this guy doesn't know the first thing about throwing a punch, and we're supposed to believe that he was somehow this big gang-banging demon in prison. Give me a fucking break.
Come on, back up. Get you some more.
Well, damn, on second thought, maybe it's just best that you stay inside where it's safe and continue to eat yourself into oblivion.
Come on now. They try to ABG nail me, but nigga, I wasn't begging for nothing. I wasn't begging for nothing. What's up? I know.
Your first time poking someone, what's that like?
Well, the first kid I hit, I cut him with a razor.
Yeah, their first time cutting someone.
All right, so they put me in a room with a Crip, right? And his Crip brother, this kid named Flex from Orlando, I was actually cool with him. Me and him used to go back and forth, like, because we were mad banged out when we went to reception. So, like, I wouldn't pronounce nothing with a C. So if we were gonna hit Canteen, I'm like, man, when we hitting Bantine, like, and then he wouldn't pronounce nothing with a B, or he wouldn't say 5, he'd say jive, and like our slang, like we were really like banged out with it, trying to be like super gang members, cause I don't know, that's just what it was. We felt like we were supposed to do that.
Jeez, what a fucking loser. Do you hear this retard over here? Bro, you're so cool you would use a B instead of a C. Damn, bro, you must have really been out here in these streets. Well, you heard it here first. Jake and his white boy prison mates were trying to be super gang members because that's what he thought he was supposed to do. His words, not mine.
But I beat the fuck out of him. I didn't even get hit by him. So I flush him.
Jake Cherry, stop it. You did not beat the fuck out of anyone ever. That shit never happened and you know it. We literally just saw video proof of how you fight and it was pathetic. You clearly have no clue on how to defend yourself. Also, you claim to be a gangbanger, so that would imply that you're banging like shooting people in the face and shit. So let me ask you a question. How many bodies you got? How many attempts you got? How much dope you push? How many trap houses you had? No, it's okay, I'll wait. Oh, that's right, 0. You have 0 gang history. You just decided to act like a gangster for YouTube clout. Whoa. Okay, that honestly might be the realest shit I ever wrote.
We call that shit texting. When we're in confinement, we texting each other. So I'm like, for what? And he more or less says that my bunkie called him, you know, a derogatory term for Bloods. So he's like, I'm gonna cut him. I'm like, man, I'll do that shit. So he's like, what's up? I got a raise in the room right now. So I'm thinking in my head, like, when I say I'll do it, like, I'll do it when we get out of confinement. But now he's like, I got one right now. So I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? I don't want to look pussy because this is my first time getting into a situation like this.
Oh, no need to worry, bud. Trust, you definitely look pussy. That's actually exactly what you look like. A big, fat, stinky pussy. I'm sure you were a big hit in prison. Oh, shit. Is that what you mean when you say that you were a part of gangbanging? Okay, got it. Very interesting.
I don't know if blood's gonna fucking shoot everywhere. I've never done this before. So like I've said it, like, when you think of violence, like if you think of shooting, it's more like common. Like you see the movies, you play the video games, it's like, oh yeah, shooting. Nobody ever says, yo, cut his face open. You're like, what the fuck type of sick shit are you on?
And that's exactly my point. The only time this guy has seen any violence or witnessed any shootings was in his video games and movies, or maybe when he was getting beat up. But that's why bro is so out of touch with reality. He's like a fat, slim Jesus minus the honesty. So if you believe that 1090 Jake has done any dirt in these streets, then you are in fact retarded and should consider taking that long nap, if you know what I mean.
I ran up and I grabbed the back of his head with my hand, and like pushed his face into the glass. I went to hitting his neck with the razor, so I got him from like here to here. There was 3 cuts, so one here, one here, one here. So I'm just hitting him, bam, bam, bam. I back up. I'm just as scared as he is at this point. Like both of our eyes are wide as fuck. I don't know if he's just gonna start crashing me or whatever.
Okay, so don't you think it's kind of funny that even after allegedly slitting someone's throat, Jake's first reaction is being terrified that bro is gonna beat him up? Damn, bro, we could smell that box through the Wi-Fi.
So he holds his neck, and you know, when you cut somebody, like, because he's black, so you see like pink, white meat, like, it's fucking gross, but...
Wait, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? This is the shit I'm talking about. Bro is Downs with the syndrome, if you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure Syndrome of the Downs is his favorite band. Wake up, Jacob. You aren't making any sense as per usual. But go on. I want to see where this story goes.
It didn't squirt, it just kind of like leaked. If that makes sense. I back up, I got the razor in my hand. He grabs his neck and he starts kicking the door. So I'm like, oh fuck, you know, he's bam, 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 bam. So now I know the CO's gonna come in. COs, you can hear when they fat ass be coming up the stairs, and you can hear the keys jingling and shit. So when I know they made it to the top tier, I threw the razor in the toilet. But I'm thinking the whole time, the second I throw this razor, he's gonna crash me. I'm gonna get his blood all over me, all this shit. I throw the razor in the toilet, I flush that shit. The COs come up to the window and they're like, what's going on? And he shows them his neck and he's like, I wanna kill myself. So I'm shocked. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I'm thinking this shit in my head. Like, he said, what? They cuff him up, they cuff me up, they take him out the cell. He ended up getting taken to the hospital, like fix his shit up or whatever, but he never snitched on me. And I never got in trouble for cutting him. But my buddy that was across the hall watched everything happen.
Oh wow. Okay, how convenient. There just happens to be no record of this story because the guy said he slit his own throat. And I guess he did that without a razor because you just said that you flushed the razor down the toilet. Make it make sense, please. That's the thing with telling lies. After a while, it becomes impossible to keep up with all the ridiculous stories. And that's why I believe that Jake transitioned himself and his content to become the snitch that snitches on snitches. Now that's something that makes perfect sense to me. Think about it. His cellmate decides to do a suey, so he cuts himself with a razor and then flushes it down the toilet. Because why? Shit don't make no sense. Also, wouldn't you assume that Jake would literally have blood on his hands after hitting him like bam, bam, bam? Okay, fine, let's take the bait and play along with this nonsense and pretend this story is true. Well then how fucked up is it that Jake can cut someone and not get snitched on? But yet when Jake gets beat up, he sings like a bird and writes a grievance detailing the entire assault and pleading with the guards to help him. I don't know, man. Any way you slice it, this shit just sounds suspect as fuck. Oh shit, I just went on a hella rant. Okay, where were we? Oh, that's right. Jake is about to finish this piece of shit story of his.
Wow.
So he ends up coming back and they put him in the cell right next to mine. So when they take him out for showers, like his shit's all like fixed up now. Like I'm talking shit on the window, like, look at you, da da da. He's like, it's all good, I'm gonna get you. You know what I mean? Like we used to talk shit back and forth. We're in the cell right next to each other. But that was my first time fucking popping somebody. And then like my name like fucking spread through the whole jit camp.
You earned your stripes.
What? Because my last name is Cherry, which is...
The guy can sure tell a story, can't he? It's funny though, because even in his made-up stories, he still comes off as a bitch. I guess that shit is just so deeply baked into his DNA that even in his own imagination, he's just a scary little sissy. You would think that there would be some type of proof for any of this shit happening. I mean, the guy's the king of paperwork, isn't he?
And then like they would periodically check up on me, like the kids in the other dorms, like we'd see each other in crossing. They'd be like, yo, you still? I mean, hell yeah, because they thought I was gonna fold my flag or some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then when I get out of confinement, I see everyone and they're like, yo, we heard about you. Da, 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 da.
Some gangsters.
So
Some gangsters. Some gangsters.
So my name is already like starting to go up.
Yo, this nerdy looking white dude keeps blowing bubbles on it. He's literally over here doing splits on it. And Jake absolutely loves it.
Zip him up when you're done.
It's not a big deal, but I just thought I'd point it out and make a note of it.
And then they put me in D dorm, which is the dorm you go when you get out of confinement, and I beat up another Crip in there. And then fucking a GD, a gangster disciple, he had his finger shot off. It was like missing, and I guess we got into it with the GDs, so like I'm trying to see like what's up with him.
Damn, bro, look at this guy straight kicking ass and taking names. We got this Bobby Hill looking motherfucker out here beating up Crips and checking GDs. What's funny though is that in reality, he was actually catching the beats and writing grievances saying shit like please help, which is literally hilarious. I don't know. I guess there's a part of me that respects the scheme. I mean, why the fuck not? It's actually kind of brilliant when you really think about it. Like, who's actually gonna fact check any of this bullshit? Besides me, of course. But I'm not even a real person. So yeah, I can always respect a good scheme. And goddamn, this is a good one. We have this dude with school shooter vibes claiming to be the biggest gangster this side of the Mississippi, and no one even cares. This is absolutely the best King of the Hill episode ever.
Glasses on, told him pick a pill, shit is red or blue. I told all the ops to eat shit and get cancer too. Bobby got that cell phone stick, you better answer, dude. My wife got a body on that bitch, is she a dancer too? It's Big Hank, fuck they talking about? Fuck a money sprint, I cannot hold it, it's a large amount. Bobby got his purse, but he dropped it and the perks fell out. Hit his head, told him it's some shit he should have thought about,
Seriously, you can't write this shit. Okay, so now it's time to read some comments from my other 1090 Jake videos. This wasn't my idea. It's actually the higher-ups from YouTube who are demanding that I start engaging with the viewers. They said I can't be making these provocative videos without acknowledging any of the comments, questions, or concerns. So let's just get straight to it. Our first comment comes from user BEasy999 and he says, quote, anyone who didn't see this comedian as a fraud to begin with is suspect themselves, end quote. Okay, very cool. Yeah, see, this guy gets it. He hit it right on the nose. I'm glad to see that my viewers aren't some mouth-breathing dweebs. That's good news. Okay, damn, this next one's a doozy. This comment is from the hating-ass lil bitch section and comes from user JDM8089, and his comment reads, quote, I'm by no means a fan of 1090 Jake, but let's keep it real. Everything in this video is just carefully picked to make the narrative seem one way instead of the entire story. Besides what was said in the grievance, my bad, but I can't read the rest of this comment because it's damn near gibberish and I don't speak CTE. But he does go on to say that I'm nothing but a clout-chasing clown. And then he goes on to say, y'all some clowns. Well, damn, bro. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I'd love to give you a decent response, but like I said, you need to proofread your essays before you post them as comments. But still, thanks for engaging with the content, bud. Look forward to decoding your next comment. Moving on, our next comment comes from user Mika9916, and her comment reads, quote, damn. It feels like the video was over just as it was getting to the interesting part. Too early. End quote. Geez, I'm sorry for hella edging you like that. Maybe I will make a part 2 of that video and finish ripping that no jumper interview to shreds. Thanks for engaging with the content though. Your comment is much appreciated. Alright, well that just about does it for our comment break. Let's get back to this hog and his fantastical gangster stories.
So when I was in school, they wrote like fake gang knowledge and put it on my bunk and then told the CO like, yo, he got some shit in his bunk. So the CO searched my bunk, they found that shit and they took me to confinement under investigation for gang knowledge.
Out of the 36 months you did, right? How much did you spend in solitary?
At least a year, like more than a year.
Does that shit fuck you up to this day mentally at all?
I'm sure it does, yeah.
Do you like think about it?
I don't think about it, but I know it, like, scientifically, they say that shit fucks you up.
You ever have dreams about prison at all?
Oh, yeah, more than I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever saw like a therapist or anything about it?
Fuck, bro. I think I'm the one who needs to see a therapist after sitting through this dogshit interview. God, this was mind-numbingly painful. Okay, enough. This shit is inspiring me to go down to my local rope store and call it a day. Just when you think YouTube can't get any more boring, the algorithm stops by and drops this dog shit off on my doorstep. I think I'm just gonna start making Drake videos like everyone else on this goddamn platform. That seems to be where the bag is at anyways. Although there is a part of me that feels like I'm doing the Lord's work by keeping my foot on this pussy's neck. But in reality, no one is gonna watch this video. So really, I'm just wasting my time in hopes of also wasting your time. And as we all know, time is non-refundable. So hey, if you did watch this video, let me say thanks for wasting your time with me. And as always, fuck 1090 Jake and his big fat cheese eating stinky pussy. Peace out, fam. I'm off this shit.
Bam, 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 bam.